Okay, so you want to sell your craft online and you want to have a thriving and profitable business. Today, I'm going to share 10 things you must do in order to make that dream a reality. Okay, my name's Jess and I have been selling my own handmade jewelry online since 2008. And since 2010, I've also been helping other people to turn their handmade hobbies into thriving and profitable businesses. So I have a lot of experience personally and also through my students and my community about what it takes to actually do this. And I also have a course called Set Up Shop, which I've been running for over 10 years now, where I teach you exactly how to set up an excellent online shop in just 30 days. I'll tell you more about that later in the video, but for now, let's get started. So number one is to create something people actually want to buy. This might sound obvious, but a lot of us start a handmade business because we have a craft we enjoy. We think, what am I going to do with all this stuff? Or someone says to us, hey, maybe you should sell that. And so we just kind of open an Etsy shop or whatever and go from there without any real thought to the market, our potential customers, right? So when you make this switch from having a hobby to having a business, you need to change how you think about it and how you plan your products and all that sort of stuff. So you need to make sure you have something that there is a market for and that people want to buy. And of course, a product that people are willing to pay the price you need to charge for it in order to make yourself not a slave. Okay, you need to be charging enough so that you are actually making a profit, because without a profit, you do not have a viable business. And I talk more about how to price properly in a video I'll link to up here for you. Step number 2 is to build a unique brand. Have a brand that stands out. Otherwise, you will just melt into the morass of all the other handmade, crafty businesses online. You need to have a distinctive brand that stands out, that is in a niche, that appeals to a certain type of person. If you're selling to everybody, you're selling to nobody. It's the old saying. So you want to make sure that you have everything about your brand. And branding is such a huge topic. People think, oh, branding, it's just my colors and my fonts and my logo. No, it goes much deeper than that. I actually have a whole workshop about discovering your brand promise in my membership community, the Thriver Circle. We talk more about different aspects of branding, and in the Setup Shop course, of course, we cover branding. Also, it is a really crucial part of being successful, is having a brand that people will pay attention to and notice, and you will stand out in the noise. Number 3 is obviously you need to build an online presence. So you need to have a website or an Etsy shop. You need to have somewhere online people can go to buy from you. A lot of people just start it with, like in the old days, a Facebook page or an Instagram. We'll talk more about social media later. But basically, you need somewhere people can go and buy from you. And in order to take advantage of this and to learn how it works, you need to learn about SEO, so search engine optimization, in order to leverage, especially places like Etsy, where you're getting a lot of potential customers via the platform itself. You need to make sure that you are learning how that platform works and how you can leverage it to get customers to your shop. Right, before we go on, I want to tell you a little bit more about Setup Shop. So it's a 30-day intensive course. It's a live course. I will be there with you every day answering questions in the community. And I also do a couple of live Q&A sessions during the course. So it's a system. Every single lesson builds upon the last, and it will take you from nothing to having a fully set up, excellent, stellar online shop for your handmade goods ready to rock and roll. So whether you are starting a shop for the first time or revamping an old shop that's not been doing very well, then Setup Shop is what will help you to do just that. And as a bonus this time round, I'm actually giving you 1 free month of membership to the Thriver Circle, my community for makers, when you finish the course, so you can have some ongoing support. And you might even want to start my next year-long course that's available in there that'll help you grow your entire business. So that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. If you're already a Thrive Circle member and you take advantage of signing up for the course, you will also get a free month. So free month for everybody who signs up for Setup Shop this time round in August 2024. If you want to find out more about the course, head on over to createandthrive.com/setupshop. If you have any questions, leave them below or shoot me an email. Okay, let's get back to our 10 things. Number 4 is you need to have excellent product photos. This is non-negotiable these days. If you want to be successful and you want to have any traction whatsoever, you need to have beautiful photos that capture the eye, that stop people in their tracks and encourage them to click. Okay, they need to be clickable. There's a lot that goes into having an excellent photo, but the basics are it has to be crisp, clean, your product has to be the star of the show. You need to make sure there's not too much clutter or distraction. And there's a whole bunch of types of photos that you need to take as well in order to fill up your shop. I see a lot of people who just have like one photo of their item, and yeah, somebody might buy it, but you're going to have a much better chance of people buying from you if you have this whole suite of photos. I'll put a video up here about the 7 types of product photos you should have in your shop. And if you have an Etsy shop these days, it's great to have a video as well on your listing. And some other sales platforms allow you that opportunity as well to upload a video to show your thing more in real life than people can get from just a photo. But this is absolutely top priority. If you want to sell online successfully, you need to learn how to take excellent photos of your work. Number 5 is marketing. You need to do something to market your shop. Now, if you are selling somewhere like Etsy that has built-in traffic, you might want to focus more on the SEO on that platform, excellent photos, a beautifully put together shop in order to harness the traffic that is already on the platform. If you are selling on your own standalone shop like Shopify, for example, and I've got a video either coming up or just published where I compare Etsy and Shopify and why you might want to choose either or of those things. So subscribe if you want to check that one out. And I talk about this issue here about traffic, right? If you have a standalone website, you are 100% responsible for driving traffic. Yes, you might be able to drive some with, search engine optimization on other search engines, Google, Bing, whatever they might be. But a lot of times you're going to need to gain some traction with social media marketing, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or Pinterest or other places. Pinterest is more of search engine, but we kind of lump it in with the social medias really. You want to engage with your audience, you want to build a following, maybe you want to have a blog on your website that you can use for search engine optimization and just to tell people more and bring people into the world of your business. And also here, as part of this is building community, so you can connect with other creators and other makers, and this will help you because you'll build that network, you'll learn about stuff that you need to learn about, and you'll just have some support. And that's what we do inside the Thriver Circle. Obviously, my membership community for makers, a big part of that is having the support of myself and other people to answer questions and help you out there. Basically, you just need to work out a way to get your business out there in front of eyeballs. Number 6 is you need to price for profit. Okay, very, very important not to underprice. And I say not to underprice because 99% of the time, when people are getting their prices wrong, it's because they're underpricing. Now, this is very hard to do, to figure this out for a lot of people for numerous reasons. One is we undervalue our work, we undervalue ourselves, we undervalue our work, so we don't charge enough. We see ourselves as in competition with places like Amazon or Temu or Shine, and you cannot, just don't even think about trying to compete on price with those sorts of places. It's just not possible. You simply cannot do it. You're not going to succeed if you're trying to compete just on price. You have to compete on branding, and you have to compete on the quality of your product, and you have to make sure that you're reaching people who are willing to pay for handmade. And that's not everybody, and that's okay. But you need to have a product that appeals to those people, and you need to tell them the story. This comes back to your branding. Tell them the story of why your product is worth what you charge for it. And if you do this well, you will find the right market for that product that you have priced at the right price in order to make your business profitable and sustainable. But don't feel disheartened or alone if you are struggling with your pricing. You are not. Almost everybody struggles with their pricing, and it's not something you just do once and is done. It's something that you have to come back and check on a regular basis, because over time, your prices should probably be going up because you're getting better, your products are improving, and just general inflation means prices will increase. Number 7, now this might be a bit controversial, but I strongly recommend that you have an email marketing strategy. So you have an email list, because your email list is the only thing you own when it comes to marketing. If you are focusing completely on social media, that can be taken away. Or it can be changed. Like, I'm sure if you are in this space, you have heard people talk about the algorithm and how it's screwing them over basically, especially on Instagram, how it's changed over the years, how things are not as good as they used to be, how the reach has declined. This is all stuff we have zero control over. However, if you have someone's email, they are the only person who can tell you not to email them anymore. So you have that contact, you have that way of contacting them, you have that into their inbox. And that can be a really powerful way of building a business, especially if you have a business that relies more on repeat customers rather than new customers. Whereas if you have a business that's more focused on bringing in new customers, then an email list won't be as big a part of your strategy, but it could still be potentially useful. Long story short, email is very much not dead as a sales tool, as a marketing tool. So I strongly recommend you think about this. I recommend MailerLite for beginners. I'll put a link below if you're interested in finding out more about that. It's what I suggest to all of my students because you can use it for free for a while and it's a nice, easy, simple to use piece of software. Number 8 is excellent customer service. This is really so crucial. Taking care of your customers will pay off dividends in the long run because word of mouth, social proof is still the most powerful marketing tool that exists. If somebody tells you that you trust and like, hey, this person, this business is excellent, give them a shot, you're way more likely to actually buy from that business because you have a personal recommendation from a friend. So by treating your customers well, you are so much more likely to get this word of mouth support from your customers. Now, there's lots of ways you can make your customer service excellent, lovely packaging, prompt communication, giving them exactly what they've paid for / asked for. A little trick for you that I have used very successfully over the years is to send them a thank you message email when they buy from you, a personal message, not just relying on the automated message that goes out from your software, whatever your software is that you sell on. Send them a personal note. Now, you don't have to write it from scratch every time. I have a pro forma for this. In fact, inside the Thriver Circle, I have an entire workshop that walks you through the process of crafting this thank you message. Like mine is like 5 paragraphs long. It is not short, but like 70% or more, I think it's more like 80% of my, or even, it's a lot. Like I haven't actually done the maths, but almost every single customer that I send this message to replies to it and I start a conversation with them. And this is really powerful because you build a positive relationship and a positive rapport with that person from the beginning, which will pay off in the long run. But it also helps if anything goes wrong because they're more likely to reach out to you to solve it than to just like open a case or try to do a chargeback or something like that. Number 9 is you need to keep on top of things and you need to stay informed about changes. Nothing stays static in the world of business, especially the world of online business. Everything is always changing and evolving and you have to roll with it and adapt with it and learn from it. So keep an eye on things. If you sell on Etsy, subscribe to their Etsy Success newsletter, follow people like me who talk about the changes that are happening on the platform and just keep aware of what's happening. Keep aware of what's happening with any other software or marketing tools that you use and realize that you have to sort of change and adapt over time to stay relevant and stay on top of things to make sure that you are going to succeed. Finally, number 10, one of my favorite things to say, and I've been saying this for many years now, is that you have to be patient because it's a marathon, not a sprint. Almost nobody succeeds quickly in business. For most people, it takes years for a business to grow and become successful. So if you are serious about this and you do want it to be successful, just keep this in mind. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Let it be your mantra. Let it be the thing that keeps you going when times get tough and things get complicated. Just do a little bit every day, make a little bit of progress every day, and before you know it, you would have made leaps and bounds of progress over the next month, 6 months, or a year. Think of your business like a tiny little seed that you plant and you need to nurture it and water it and fertilize it and care for it, but you can't speed up its growth. You can give it all the right conditions for it to grow and become a healthy and happy plant, but there's no way to force it to grow faster than it already is. You just have to give it the right conditions and do all that you can and hope that you've planted it in the right place at the right time. Give me a like if you enjoyed this one. And remember to check out Setup Shop, createandthrive.com/setup shop if you want to join me for that upcoming course. If you want to learn more about how to have a thriving and profitable handmade business, subscribe because that's what I talk about in pretty much every video that I do on this channel, and you might like to check this one out next. I'm going to leave you with a video on pricing because I know that's a big bugbear that a lot of people struggle with. So this one will guide you through the process of working out the best prices for your products. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.